I'm Chloe.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Jessie.
Maddie.
I'm Ashley.
Katie, she's a member of our team. She can't be here right now, so we're filling in for her. And after our presentation, if you have any questions, feel free to come to our booth in the rooms. And we also have a Facebook page if you want to ask us questions. It's called the Androids Robotics Team.
Would you like a scoop of ice cream?
Where'd you get it?
The Penny Ice Creamery.
Oh, then I'll have some.
Why does it matter where the ice cream came from?
Because I know that the Penny makes its ice cream well, uses good ingredients, and transports its ice cream safely.
What's the difference?
Well, I know that the Penny's Ice Creamery uses only milk, cream, eggs, sugar, and vanilla flavorings in their ice cream, all of which are natural. They also pasteurize their ice cream correctly by heating it up to 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. By law, it's required to repasteurize all blended dairy ingredients.
Why does the mixture have to be pasteurized?
A few years ago, there was a salmonella outbreak because a milk tanker truck hadn't been properly sanitized after carrying ingredients with salmonella traces.
Oh, that sounds bad. What does Penny's do after it pasteurizes the dairy?
They turn it into ice cream. They use this machine called an ice cream machine, which is a big cylinder, and inside is a dasher, which is a machine with plastic blades. They pour in the base, or milk, cream, eggs, and sugar mixture, then add flavorings. The outside of the machine is kept cool so that the mixture will harden, and the dashers inside make sure that not just the outside, but the inside of the mixture hardens as well. When the whole thing is about as thick as a milkshake, it's poured into vats to be stored in the freezer overnight before serving.
Wow, people are so careful about ice cream. No wonder no one ever gets food poisoning from it.
Actually, a lot of people have gotten food poisoning from ice cream. In 2009, ice cream was rated the number 7 cause of food poisoning, according to the New York Times. 2,594 cases were reported.
Then how come we never hear about it?
Because in real life, 90% of all food poisoning cases go unreported. So not much is known by way of actual statistics. But recently, steps have been made to help prevent food poisoning.
Oh, I know about that. Ice cream stores were putting their scoopers in containers of lukewarm water to rinse off excess ice cream. The water also helped to keep the scoopers warm, which made it easier to scoop the ice cream with, and helped keep traces of other flavors from mixing in.
That sounds like a good idea.
Actually, it's not. The leftover ice cream that was deposited into the water is at perfect temperature to grow bacteria, which allows it to feast on bits of milk and sugar. So people started to put scoopers and dipper wells, which are cylinders with a single continuous stream of water that washed off excess ice cream and sent it down the drain before it could grow bacteria.
That worked well, but it wasted a lot of water, like leaving the tap on all day.
Dipper wells are used in other places as well. I read that a dipper well can use up to 260,000 gallons of water per year.
Wow, that's enough to fill a swimming pool at my house.
But then, the Androids Robotics team came up with a new idea. They designed a dipper well that is motion activated. They installed a motion sensor in the rim of the dipper well, which is activated when a scooper was placed inside it. Once activated, it would send high-pressure water to 8 small jets located inside the dipper well. These jets would run for 10 seconds, then shut off. This way, the dipper well only ran water when necessary, and cleaned the scoopers well too.
Wow, that sounds like a really good idea, especially because it's eco-friendly. Where did they get such a great idea?
They talked to an ice cream expert, Kendra, the owner of the Penny Ice Creamery in Santa Cruz, looked into local ice cream parlors, and researched how ice cream places clean their scoopers. They also looked at multiple websites to learn about it. At home, they experimented with common dipper well setups to try to get a better understanding of them. Once they figured out their prototype, they went back to Kendra and presented to her. She said she would love one of these.
They also talked to Don Martin of Ben & Jerry's, arranging a Skype chat with him from their corporate headquarters in Vermont. He said that their dipper well had good commercial value and that he would show it to the Ben & Jerry's engineering group.
During our research for other dipper wells, we couldn't find one that matched our caliber, so we applied for a provisional patent. A provisional patent protects our idea for 1 year, during which time we could refine and improve our idea as long as it remained original and useful.
According to my calculations, our invention can save up to 200,000 gallons of water a year and $3,500. Amazing!
Makes me want some ice cream. Does anyone have any questions?
One moment, would you please raise your hand?
He wants to know, why didn't the people that invented it think of that in the first place?
Well, it's not really, hygienic to eat with, dirty ice cream scoopers. And it probably tastes kind of bad when you have like chocolate ice cream mixed with blueberry.
So, they had just been cleaning them with stagnant water, which was lukewarm, and that was growing tons of bacteria. So then they were like, oh, okay, we can just run some water through this. So then they probably didn't consider having it be eco-friendly. They were just like, all right, this gets the job done. So then we came in and made it eco-friendly, and yeah.
Wait.
So what's the difference between the water they use and that thing that you guys use?
The dipper well that we use, it only runs water when the dipper well senses motion, so when a scooper is placed into it. And it only runs water for 10 seconds, and the water's high pressure, so it cleans the scoopers off really well. So that there's not a difference in what kind of water they use, it's just how the water is used, basically.
Then also ours saves 200,000 gallons of water, so it's
It's also hot water too, so that way it kills bacteria.
all right. So next question, the one that's closest.
Why can't they use different scoops for every flavor?
You know how Baskin-Robbins has 31 flavors? That would require 31 scoops. And scoops, I'm sure they could do that, right? It's just hard, and what if people have nut allergies?
It would also be very expensive too, because then you would probably have to have 31 scoopers, and then you would probably...
And then you would also have to have 31 other dipper wells, so then the flavors don't get contaminated, so it just costs a lot. So next question.
How fast does the bacteria grow in the stagnant water?
Bacteria multiplies, right? So it's exponential. So the graph goes really high in a really short amount of time. So you can't even start to let it grow because it would multiply really quickly.